And yeah, just like you called it, looks like Cyro is going to be going with Roy, and Yeti's going to be going with the classic Mega Man. So here we go. Going to start off with Pokemon Stadium 2, and let's get into it.
All right.
So still, it almost looked like a button check, but I guess that kind of sets the tone for
the way the
play.
match, yeah, the way that this match is probably gonna overextend, at least for the next set. I mean, I don't even blame Cyro, just because, like, you know, you have to be extremely patient when you know.
Dang, man.
That was unfortunate. I mean, Yeti shook his head, kind of realized, okay, yeah, I made a mistake here, but I'm a little confused because both these players are playing super patient. So again, as you mentioned, like, I'm not too sure if this is a button check or if they're really playing, but Cyro is definitely going in here. As I was saying, though, when it comes to this matchup, as Roy, you don't want to just hold forward and try to jump on Mega Man. You want to wait for the perfect opening before you actually try to overextend, because especially against a player like Yeti, he's going to be ready for you to try to call out your jumps and take advantage of that by putting you off stage.
Yeah, but great movement by Cryo, just able to be reversed a little bit back and forth. And was that Crash Bomber chill in the air for a second? I swear, that was weird. Anyway. Mega Man's an interesting character with a lot of interesting interactions, so many moving parts to this little robot. Like, you have the pellets, you have the metal blade that you can set up independent of him so you can Z-drop it on the ledge. You have his Crash Bomber, which can set up to alleviate some ledge pressure. This character is interesting.
I definitely agree on that. Mega Man, a character that you don't want to be ignoring, especially when you have to go for that low recovery. That down air is definitely going to be hitting Cyro right there by the ledge. And Yeti trying to ignore the fact that he SD'd that first game, doing a really good job at adding in this extra pressure and just walking and being extremely patient.
Yeah, but now Yeti just used the Leaf Shield, one of the moves that people were calling, like, in the first month, one of the strongest moves in the game. But now we know a little bit different. Now we know that Double Edge Dance is actually one of the strongest moves in the game, too.
Oh, yeah, man. Roy's side B is insane. We were talking about it earlier, just with the knockback and the damage that it has, especially close to the ledge. But, you know, Yeti being at a high percent, not even surprised that he didn't even need rage to take out that stock. Goes that spot dodge into a grab. Love that empty hop into up air, following up with the fair afterwards. That fair being so strong in this game. You know, now if Becker doesn't kill, don't worry about it, because you got fair to help you out anyway.
If he committed full forward, it wouldn't have killed him, but it would have sent him way further off stage. But now, I mean, the way that Cryo's playing, I feel like he might be fishing for the Double Edge Dance if he can just set up into it. He wants an early kill, because if you give Yeti an inch, he'll take a mile.
Goes right into his face with those lemons. Tries to go for another down air attempt, but Cyro knowing way better, getting back into the stage.
Gets parry. A back throw will likely be the move. And what's the ledge trap? What's the setup? Goes for another spike, but again, not quite finding the mark. Ooh, using the pellets as kind of an anti-air to set up beautifully for another spike. And if Cryo gets forced off stage again, this is well within realm of possibility when it comes to comeback.
Oh, I love the drip back on the fair right there. Tries to call out the jump with the up air again. And this is Yeti's game right here. You notice how even though he did SD that first game, he's basically evened out this entire game here.
Yeah, SD, like in the first 20 seconds too. If you're a Cryo, you have to be kind of scared, because like, oh man, he made this happen off an SD at that early. What can he do if he plays even? What if he doesn't SD?
Exactly, and that's fear on its own. Goes for that B reverse Leaf Shield. I love the patience, how he's literally just drifting back with the fair, literally using it as if Mega Man's a sword character on his own.
Oh, gets the back air, catches DI slipping. He burned, okay, he didn't burn his air dodge there, but that spike from deep.
Down air, yup, that deep spike that we saw him get earlier on in the game. Despite SDing, Yeti still takes game one. And I know they have him set as Cryo with a RYO, but I believe like in Smash 4 it was actually spelled CYRO.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's Cyro.
Cyro, Cryo, he's making his opponents Cryo sometimes, that's for sure. I had to reach for that one. I had to reach for that one.
You're killing me out here, man. So,
man.
You actually said something that rhymed with like Plup's name. I was like, I see you, man. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but I see you.
Don't ask me to repeat it, I don't remember. But bars.
All right, here we go. Game 2. Let's go. No SD boys, no spaghetti out on the board. Goes for that. I love actually the attempt on using the metal blade as a Z drop to cross him up with the back air instead. I actually saw that a few times in that game 1, and he was doing a really good job at adding in the pressure by doing so. Not going to space that fair, but uses the uppy to get out of that situation from the side B coming from Cyro.
Yeah, he didn't angle the third one properly. I think you have to angle it up if you do it from the air at that percent so that you can carry them back down. So, I mean, the double edge dance, especially at the ledge, is so deadly. So Roy Mans are slowly finding more and more ways to combo into it and get those early kills. This character is far from optimized, and sometimes you just got to land on your opponent and let him know that you're willing to do it.
And if you got to land on somebody and get side B to death, that's definitely a statement to make, especially when you're so close to the ledge. I love the high recovery, though. He knew he had no other option but to go for that high recovery, as Yeti was definitely yet ready for that back air.
Okay, using the armor on the up B, though, just to get him away. Sometimes Roy's forget that it's a powerful option just to up B out shield. Comes out relatively quick and has armor very early.
We'll falls to the platform with the fair. Tries to catch his jump with the back air, but Yeti retaliating back with a fair with his own.
Okay, he knew that he wouldn't die right there, so just goes for the down one for more damage. And, oh, that crash bomb went so many different directions. I wasn't sure who it was stuck to by the end.
Yeah, I was having a party at the end there, but Yeti still not being able to close out a stock, despite being down 2 stocks now. Cyro actually turning it up.
Oh my gosh. And, okay, almost gets another nair, or he does get another nair rather, but Cryo, this is looking a far cry from how that first game went. Yeti gets a back air, though, puts himself on the board. And, I mean, after that first game, it's not out of the realm of possibility if Yeti can play clean enough.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we saw him play from a deficit. I don't know if this is just his in-person rage that he has here, pulling it out from Smash 4 and bringing it up to the table as a person.
That's horrifying. Right there. I don't want to imagine Smash 4 rage anymore.
The Lucario aura effect out here. Cyro not having it with these rising up airs into these fairs, adding in all this extra damage and taking Yeti to 66%.
And he's already starting to throw out that double-edged dance. It could kill if he gets him right by the ledge right now, especially if a couple more hits connect. And Yeti doesn't have a double jump, but he fights back with a forward air. Flame Sword in its own right.
Oh, you saw him buffering at that side B despite getting hit by that first hit of Lemon, too.
Yeah, he wanted it. Kind of showed his hand, though, because now Yeti's just going to be like, okay, as long as I don't get hit by that, I should be okay.
Exactly. I mean, but by the way that Cyro's been having him by the ledge, it looks really difficult for Yeti to get out of this situation from that double parry, too.
Oh, he had that scouted out, too. But now, I mean, Yeti... Oh, he did it to him!
He really went off stage to go for that footstool. You know what? That was the perfect opportunity to go for that too, because at this percent, last stock, he needs to go for something off stage against Cyro. He needs to try to close it out.
And that was intentional too, because if he went for a down air, that would have been something he went for way earlier. Once he committed, he was like, I need this footstool.
Yeah, I'm not even going to risk trying to go for the down air at this point. I'm going to try to make sure I get your jump for the footstool too.
Oh my gosh, he gets the ledge trump. Leaf shield, the options covered from Yeti. Oh my god, he's in his head.
This man literally has in-game rage in real life. What is going on right now?
What is going on? We got a game 3 victory.
Back air, yes, we do got a game 3 out here. I mean, Yeti was playing so far behind that game, and he still managed to bring it up.
He was completely inside of Cryo's head for like the last 20 seconds until that last little jab traded. Or excuse me, Yeti was looking like he was ready to completely demolish that last stock. Beautiful footstool as we see in the replay. But yeah, look at this little scenario right here. Like, that jab trading saved Cryo's life.
Yeah, really good awareness, honestly, for Cyro to realize like what he had to go for in the neutral there. After getting footstooled, definitely would have been shook. I feel like anybody would have been shook. But you see Yeti knowing way better, understanding the situation of what he had to do at that point, not even trying to go for the down air. Just, again, not even trying to overextend. Again, just going for the footstool instead.
All right, so I didn't see the counter pick. I just hope it's not Smash 4 or Town City again, because the ults that they used made it so hard to see.
Yeah.
I was staring at the screen for a hot minute.
Yeah, they honestly look like they could be in the same doubles team right now.
Right. And look at that. Like, they blend right into the background. Not as much on Town City, but on Smashville, it was a struggle.
Yeah, the sunset version of Smashville.
Yeah. So now game number 3, and looks like we're just going to see something completely different from Cryo. He's just going to be, sorry, words are hard. Very patient on the left side for a quick minute.
Well, these platforms, though, actually helping out Cyro, but also helping out Yeti and adding in that extra pressure from the up airs that Mega Man has. Obviously, don't want to be jumping in between those two. So the back air. Love the patience. Option coverage right there between the fair, the metal blade, and even the back air. A second back air coming through. He doesn't have a jump. He is forced to go low, but Roy's recovery not being the best. He's still not going to be able to make it back, despite him directional air dodging closer to the stage.
Yeah, and if Yeti timed that down air so properly so that if Cryo did try to recover high.
Yeah, he was going to get hit anyway.
Yeah,
kind of like a checkmate at that point.
He was very dead.
Oh, I love how he's just trying to call out jumps from Cyro. Yeti throwing out these up airs just to cover a good amount of options here. Throws out the metal blade, but ooh, a little bit sus DI right there. I mean, I know that back air is super strong, but Mega Man, not at all light. Actually, called Rockman for a reason.
Yeah, I think he was trying to just DI away, so he got hit by Sour Spot back air. But that's what makes Roy scary sometimes. If you DI away to get the Sour Spot, sometimes you can get hit by the Sweet and just die way earlier.
Yeah, that, or if you're just trying to drift back, as you see here as Yeti, you know, he's drifting back with these pellets, or even with any type of aerial, like, you could find yourself just DIing in the wrong direction, and Roy could catch you off guard like that.
Yeah, but at the moment, Cryo's just kind of playing on the back foot. He got hit by so many pellets back and back, and pellets are really difficult to deal with sometimes because if you're holding forward, you can just miss-buffer your inputs after that, and it's at least a disaster. So good stuff to Cryo to not really get thrown off too much of his game, but he still has quite a hill to climb.
Yeah, definitely agree right here. I mean, he's not a stock down necessarily, but yet he's very close to making it a stock down. Does not get the ledge guard.
Brilliant reaction to no tech. That's scary.
The call out on the ledge option right there. He saw that Cyro was going to go for the neutral getup, and even if he didn't and went for the roll, he was still going to get hit by that.
Yeah, at a certain point, if you charge it enough, it gets big enough to hit you while you're on the ledge, too. So past that charge point, you have to either neutral get up, roll right into Mega
drop
Man.
down and try to force a regrab situation right there, which also would have been risky on its own.
Yeah, Yeti really playing his cards perfectly in that scenario. And look at this lead that's slowly being mounted up. He's about to lap him in percent in just a couple hits, but jabs a back air. That percent 0, and we got a last stock, game 3.
Well, here's that damage being racked up by Cyro here. Yeti managing to get back onto the stage, using that back air to add in extra pressure, tossing him towards the platform. It's a back air, that metal blade allowing him to confirm into the back air. Great play from Yeti in that game 3.
And the moment that metal blade connected, we saw him run forward. He knew. Yeah, he knew. That was going to end up in one of two ways. Either you get hit by the back air and die, or get hit by the back air and maybe not die, and then you die like 3 seconds later because you're Roy off stage.
Yeah, really good stuff. You saw him throw out the up air just in case he was going to jump instead. And the moment he saw that he was hanging out by the ledge, he could overcommit with that blaster. Here's that jab into back air here. But let's check out that metal blade confirmation.